Cadet Stevana Holmes from the Plainfield Corps in the New Jersey Division, and I am a second-year cadet. This was actually the first time I've been to Camp Swoneky on a plane and in Ohio. So it was a lot of firsts.
I went to Camp Swoneky for the Divisional Youth Councils.
What is youth council?
I think for me, I almost see it as a revival for the youth in the division. And the youth in the division are immediately set on fire.
One of the there's a few components, but the ones that stick out the most to me is like the part of worship. Just like with Swoneky's, when we was doing our worship, you can hear the kids singing louder than the Ignite band, which was a beautiful thing. And like you can tell that God was really moving in the room. Youth councils is just a safe space for you to talk about Jesus, explore Jesus, just be comfortable and just discover who you are. Especially like with the theme for this youth councils being one of a kind, because so many kids don't realize how unique and how wonderful they are because of what the outside says. They can come together and they can help build each other up. And just like watching the kids come in the vans from their different groups and then, just hugging on each other, loving on each other, praying with each other, it just made it different.
At first, everybody was just kind of in their own bubbles. And this was the first real divisional event that they've had since COVID. They've done a little regional thing here and there, but this was the first time everybody was together. So they were just kind of grouped in with their core and their friends that they made. And then throughout the weekend, we noticed that they just kind of dispersed and groups broke apart in a great way as they were making friends. I think one moment that kind of tied everything together was at the very end, right before the benediction of the Sunday morning meeting, when the DC asked if God had been speaking to you this weekend, if you learned something new, if you discovered something about yourself, then come forward. And the leaders just kind of surrounded the room and we prayed over the students. And it was just a great visual representation.
My first youth councils, I was 13 years old at Camp Tecumseh. That's my favorite camp ever. It was a really good experience, but those youth councils experience helped me to solidify in why I wanted to be a Salvation Army officer.
One thing that I really love about youth councils is that there's a lot of fellowship. There's a lot of people around you and you feel that you're supported. I was called to be an officer at youth councils. I learned that I don't have to do things in my own strength at youth councils.
I've been going to youth councils since I was 12, and I worked at camp, and here I am as a cadet becoming an officer. So, you see God moving in youth councils.